This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so yesterday we discussed, we completed RoboShop project and then we discussed how Docker layer works. Each and every instruction, Docker will create intermediate image and then intermediate container and it will run the next instructions. Finally, it will create one final image. And while pushing also, it will push the layers, not the entire image. That's how Docker saves the storage space effectively. Okay, so if you write more instructions, the build time will be more, and while pulling the image also it will be more because more layers will be created. So try to keep the instructions less in your Docker file for better performance. So that is the performance at the build and then full time. Now today we will discuss the performance at the memory. Okay, so we have an example already, shipping. Let us see that. So this is a Java project. Java project, the application code needs to be compiled as .jar file, and then we need to run it in the Java runtime environment. Okay, I will remove this. So to run a Java project, you need to install Mav and all those things, right? So let us do this as from Alma Linux 8. Okay, better I write it here in Notepad here. I'll create one project, multi-stage build, and I will copy the shipping project there. Okay, so this is multi-stage build. We have Java source code and pom.xml. So these two are important, right, for a Java project. Now let us write the Docker file for this. Usually we are using Alma Linux 8, and then we need to install. First we need to update. Now instead of writing in multiple yum commands, I will try to make it double ampersand to run it in a single command because it will save the number of layers. Yum install maven -y. So these two we want, and let us create one work directory /opt/shipping. If the directory does not exist, it will create and move the path to it. And let us copy pom.xml and then copy our src directory to here as src, and then we need to run maven package. So this will create the jar file, maven package command. Okay. After that, we need to run the jar file. Okay. So we want to know how the jar file looks like. Usually when you run maven package, it will create a target folder. I will just ls the target. Okay. Usually Java -jar target /shipping -1.0 .jar. Okay, I don't know what is this exact name of the jar file. That's why I'm doing the ls target. Okay, so this is the Docker file. I'm installing Maven and I'm copying the Java pom.xml and src, running the package. It will create a target. Inside target, we will have jar file. I don't know the name. That's why I'm doing the ls target. Okay, now multi-stage build. Okay, multi-stage build. Git init. Just give something. Git push origin master. Okay, we got it. So let me pull here. Okay, how you do? Docker build -t shipping v2 I'm giving dot. Now it is installing the Maven. It takes some time. Okay, now it is building the package. You see, it is installing lot of jar files for the Maven dependencies. Okay, finally build success. And inside target folder, we got this shipping hyphen 1.0.jar. Okay, so this is the final Java build package. We need this to run Java application. Now, if you see Docker images, memory is 633 MB. This is too much actually. Now, for using multi-stage builds, we can reduce the memory. Here you see we install Maven. Ultimately, we want just this jar file. We don't need Maven. This is the development environment. To run an application in production, you don't need development environment. This Maven, all these things, compilation, giving extra packages, installing unnecessary packages, all those things are not necessary in production. In production, you just need Java 8 runtime and your jar file. That's it. So to reduce the memory, what we can do is we can use the multi-stage builds. Okay, I will comment this. Okay, now let us see multi-stage build. Now I use from the same Alma Linux :8 as builder. I'm just giving the name as, sorry, should give as build. Okay, and then you do the same thing. And again you do this work directory, copying pom.xml, then copying the Java source, and then creating Maven package. We just need jar file from this build. Okay, we don't need the Maven, we don't need unnecessary dependencies it installed. We don't need all those things. We just need the output as jar file. Okay, that's why I used as build. Okay, and now let us take from, I want to use bare minimum OS to reduce the memory. There is an Alpine OS which is maximum 5.3 MB. Let us take that and then see Alpine Java 8. Let us try this Alpine version. Okay, there is no Alpine. Java 19, we need 8. Okay, let us take this OpenJDK 8 version Alpine. Okay, and then here again I'm creating the /opt/shipping. Now I will use copy -- from build. I'm copying the jar file from this Docker. Where is it? /opt/shipping/target. What is the jar file it is created? You can see here. And then I'm just copying it as shipping.jar. That's it. And now you give your CMD. There is no target directory here. Remove this. Shipping.jar. That's it. Now you see what is multi-stage build. So we will use one Docker image as builder. From that Docker image, we will get the necessary files copied into the another image to reduce the image size. Okay, now let us build this and then see what happens. Git pull. Now let me do it as v3. Now let us give Docker images. Now you see the image size is just 146 MB. You reduced almost 500 MB. So this is good, right? When you need auto scaling, the boot up time is very fast and the security because you don't have any unnecessary tools. And let us try to run this as well. Docker run -d is running. So that is how you use multi-stage builds. You use one image as builder and get the necessary files outputs from it. Copy those into another bare minimum image. That reduces the memory and increases the security. Any doubts here?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So whatever the name we use for as a build, right? So that will not include that will not occupy any space, right? When we are building the image, right?
When you are building, this will occupy the space while running and it will be removed.
Okay. Once image is created.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So we can use many number of as a build, right? I mean, instead of a single one, we can use multiples also, right?
You can use multiple also, but why you need multiple? Everything you can do in single one, right? Whatever you
Yeah.
need, you can do it in a single one.
Just I'm asking, is there a way? I mean,
Yeah,
just
yeah, you can do. You can do. Just name it as different build one, and here you can give it as whatever you
okay.
want. Can use this as different name, but the same name you should give it here.
Okay. Whatever the name we are using as the name, same name we can use from copy iPhone from.
Yeah, yeah. So this should be only one. Your builders you can have many. This should be only one.
Okay, 8
Okay.
to 10 line numbers only. We have the Docker image content. I mean, that size only it occupies, right? I mean,
Yes, exactly. Yeah. This will be
okay,
removed.
okay. Thank you, bro. That's all.
Okay. Okay, this is multi-stage build. Now we can discuss Kubernetes. Okay, how we discuss Kubernetes is usually you should know how to install K8 in normal server and then how to install K8 in AWS. So we should learn these two. But before that, we need to understand how the Kubernetes works, what are the Kubernetes resources. So like before knowing how to write a program, if you learn like what is Java, what are the Java features, what is the Java, uh, like when Java is invented, all this is unnecessary. First you write the program directly and later you will automatically understand the Java features. So same we do, we install one Minikube, we install one simple K8 cluster called Minikube in EC2 and we learn Kubernetes. Finally, you install in AWS and normal server. So at that time, you will understand the Kubernetes components very well, Kubernetes administration as well as Kubernetes development. Okay, first we install Kubernetes in one EC2 Minikube that is called Minikube. You can also install in your desktop, but that will consume lot of memory, lot of RAM. We don't need. We have our AWS account. Whenever you practice, you create one EC2 and install it, and later delete it. Okay. So a simple thing, there is a Terraform module called AWS Mini Cube. This one. If you use this, then it will be installed without any human intervention. You don't need to understand how to install Kubernetes, all those things. You just get the Kubernetes cluster immediately. Okay. Now let us do this. I'll create one project called AWS Mini Cube. There are some prerequisites for this. Terraform should be installed. And then AWS CLI should be installed. And finally, we install kubectl. Okay, before that, you should have one domain also. Okay, these are the prerequisites we should have. Terraform AWS CLI, you can directly get it from Google how to install, and then kubectl we will see how to install now. And this one you should have one domain that is good. Usually we get .tk free domains. Okay, here I have one domain already in AWS. Okay, let me try to get TK domain if it is available for free. Okay, 809. Let me try to get. Okay. Earlier we were able to get .tk domains for free. Now we are not getting. Okay, now any of you have domains or you know how to purchase the domain? I think all
Shiva,
of
I
you
have
know.
one in posting here.
Okay, anyhow, you have some domain, right? Anywhere.
Yes.
So if you have some domain, you can just register here as hosted zone. Give that domain. It will give you few namespace information like this, NS records. Okay, this is just for this module purpose. Mostly we don't need also, I think. For verification you need usually. Okay. Today I'll try to find one free domain, and in tomorrow's class I will tell you. If you want to purchase also here, try to get one domain that will be good for you also for practice. One cheap domain, something like some name. Okay, whatever is for less price, you will get it for maximum $500 or 500 rupees. Just get it, and then that will be useful for your practice. Okay, and you can create it as a hosted zone here. So that is the prerequisite for this module. And now let us run this. I have already Terraform installed. This is simple. You can directly get from Google, or I have one YouTube video. I will send it to you how to install Terraform and AWS also. Okay, so these two are the prerequisites. Now, how to use this module is just go to this examples, and here there is one main.tf. Copy this. What is the region? We are in AP-South Mumbai region, and the cluster name you are going to create is minikube. AWS instance type, just give t3.large. If you forget, then you will get lot of bill. Okay, try to stop it after you practice. And you need one public key to attach to your EC2 instance. I have it here, one public key, trying to give. Okay, and you need subnet information. If you go to your AWS VPC, there will be some default subnets already created. You can give any subnet. Here, just take this subnet. Any subnet ID you can give it. And what is the domain you purchased? Just give techdesigners.com. That's all, nothing else. So how this guy is doing is he's creating EC2 security groups, and then when I am role policies, creating the key pairs. This is the EC2 instance, and one Route 53 record, he is doing it. And finally, he is running one shell script to install the Kubernetes. Okay, so that's all. Simply, he is running on EC2 instance, and in that EC2 instance, he is installing some Kubernetes installation shell script. Okay, this is a simple, not a clustered version. Just to play with Kubernetes, we need some cluster, right? So once you have all these things, now you just go to, and you should have one user also in IAM. Here you need to create one user. Like Terraform new programmatic access, add user to group, attach existing policies, go here and take administrator access. Next, next, create user. Okay, this will give you one access key ID and then secret access key. And you should come here to AWS configure, provide this access key ID here, just copy and then enter. I'm just removing it, and then access key also copy and enter. Oh shit, it's entered already. Okay, AWS configure, and then secret access key AP-south1. That's all. So you have provided AWS authentication. Terraform will use this authentication to create the services. Okay. So all these steps I will write it in README files. No worries. AWS mini cube. Everything is correct. Okay. Now Terraform init. Okay. Not to forget, I will write it here. Install Terraform. Install AWS CLI. Install kubectl. Purchase one domain and create. Okay, so I will fill up the necessary information here. After Terraform init, Terraform commands. First one is init, and then Terraform plan, and finally Terraform apply. Terraform plan will not create anything. It will just tell you what are the resources it is going to create. There is some error. Signature does not match. Okay, maybe while creating the keys. Okay, see this, some extra thing. AWS configure. Okay, done. Okay, so there are 12 resources it's going to create. In this key pair, IAM role, IAM policies, all those things we no need to understand. We just need this EC2 instance and then cluster to be created, Kubernetes to be installed. Now Terraform apply. You should have some AWS knowledge also. Otherwise, just Kubernetes. No, now rarely we are running it in our on-premises. Everybody is going to cloud. Just give S.
Shiva, one question here.
Yeah, yeah.
So if we have 10 microservices for our
Okay,
applications and we are deploying 10 microservices in the different instances. Okay.
okay.
So in that case, do we need to install this Kubernetes in all 10 instances?
No, actually,
Okay.
Kubernetes is a master component. You need it in a master server. In like
Okay.
it needs master needs agents, right? For example, Jenkins is running in a master. You install Jenkins slave in another instance. Similarly,
Yes.
Kubernetes is a master component. You need kubelets, that is like agents connecting to the master. We install kubelets in the another nodes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So in that case, if we are building the application using Jenkins, means only in the Jenkins server we can install this Kubernetes, right?
Why Jenkins? I just tell you just tell you as an example. I mean Kubernetes is a master component. You will have okay. Let me write. So this is the Kubernetes, and you can have any number of nodes, like even you can have hundreds of nodes also. You don't install Kubernetes here. You just install some simple agent called kubelet everywhere. Okay, and using this Kubernetes master will connect to these nodes. That's it.
Okay, okay, sure.
Okay, so we will do this kind of setup anyhow. But if I do first this one, then you will not understand Kubernetes very well. So that's why I'm doing the simple setup. Okay, so just you need to give here pub file. Earlier I gave as a pem file. Okay, now apply again. Okay, so
In this workflow, it got some error. So we that key file we change now. So all the infrastructure, whatever it was trying to build, it will be removed and it will be done from the scratch again. This command
yeah,
apply command
yes.
remove all the old things also.
No, it will not
Okay.
remove. It added. Now now again I am applying. Now it is adding 3 resources only. Now you see here.
Okay.
Okay, you just need some public key and private key for it. That is your own. Now here you see earlier it is now using actually CentOS 7. Earlier it was free. Now it is not free. You need to subscribe in a AWS Marketplace. Just follow this link. continue to subscribe. Okay, it will take 1 or 2 minutes. Earlier it was free, now I think they make it as paid version. Okay, after you practice, make sure you test try it also, okay? And you need to unsubscribe to this software. I'll write this also. So any other doubts? Don't worry about this installation. I will make the clear documentation. You just try it today and I will open one Slack channel. If you are not able to create this, let me know. I will solve it for you. We need this for our Kubernetes practice. Any of you not aware of this Terraform and AWS basics? I mean Terraform, okay. AWS basics, who is not aware? I think most of you knows. Okay. Okay, we got it. Now you run again. Terraform apply. Yes. Okay, now it is doing one EC2 server and installing our Kubernetes software. Okay, it will take maximum 5 minutes. Within that time, we will discuss the AML format. Okay, so AML is nothing but yet another markup language. Okay, so you know there are multiple markup languages like HTML, hypertext markup language, and XML, and we have JSON also. Let us discuss all these things and then we will finally see AML. Okay. For example, if you go to any bank, they will give you one form. So in that they mentioned name, account number, and then branch. So all these things they will mention, right? If they don't have this template, what you do, you will write you are in a white paper, you write first account ID first, and then you will write branch, and then you write name, and maybe you forget some, like here date also should be there, and then money also should be there, right? So all these things you should give it. But if you forget one field, again they will tell you, again you go and write it in a white paper and you provide to them. And there are multiple cashiers, each and everyone coming to the bank write it in their own format. Then it is very difficult for them to understand where is account, where is branch in that white paper, right? So that's why bank created one template like this in a proper format, and then here you will write it, you will fill it, your name, your account number, everything like this. So now they will understand in a proper format. Now they will, it is very fast for them. they don't even need to see this left side thing. They will directly see this and type it fastly and complete your transaction with less errors. So this is called as template, right? Template. So if they follow this template, that is very easy and it will give us less errors for them. And people also will not do any mistakes. So this is the simple understanding of template. When you go to HTML page, like there also they will give you name and then one box. For example, if I open facebook.com here, so this is the name field. You will fill everything and then click sign up. It will work. In background, how it will go as for a website, like if you take XML, name, and then TOP, and then TOP, password. Okay, so this front end will submit the information to the backend server as like this. Okay, so this is the XML. And similarly, the same thing in JSON. Just braces, and it will give name. Simple difference, but everything is a key value pair only. Date of birth. You should have comma also. And password. Okay, so this is JSON. And similarly, AML. AML is the most advanced version and very simple. Earlier, everybody was using XML, and there we were seeing why we need to give this tags multiple times, and this seems not I mean, not easily understandable. And then they went for JSON, and now everybody started AML. In AML, it is very simple. Just give name, TOB, password. That's it. And you need, you give this one also, apostrophe s also. This is AML. Okay. Now, if you want to check the syntax, like you can check in online XML formatter and paste it here. If everything is correct, it will tell you. If something is not correct and then just try to do it, it will give you error. Okay. Like this, if you give, it will give you error. If everything is correct, then it will not give you any error. Okay. So similarly, you can check each and everything. Now to make it somewhat complex, now I need address also. Here address. So in address, there is one section called address here. And under address, you will have again door number and then street, city, like this, right? So same how you will denote it in XML is just give address, you will starting another block, and here door number 123 and door number and street, something, some street, and city, like this. Okay. Now this is like not a single key and value pairs. This is key, and inside this you have again key value pairs. This is called as map actually. Okay. This is an address object. Inside this object you have again key value pairs. So same thing here. How we call it, how we do it is address, start another block, door number, and then street, and city. Okay. Here again same address. Here it follows indentation actually. When you enter, you need to press one tab. Okay. Here tab is door number and then street and then city. So like this you will do the AML. So this is an object of key value pairs. Now I need another thing. I will make it some more complex. Like in address, you will have permanent address and then temporary address, right? That is called a list of address. Okay. List of address. Inside this, how it should start is perm address, and again start one more temp address. Okay. So this is address is an object. Inside it has a list. You can have any number of like this. And same thing here. Perm address. So list is little different in JSON. Just type list in JSON. Okay, here list starts with like this brackets. You know the bracket starts as list. And then here you can give it like this. This is a list in JSON. Okay, in list starts with this bracket, this kind of brackets here. And similarly in here, it starts with hyphen. Hyphen, you give perm address, enter, tab, door like this. And here you give temp address, again the same information. Okay, when you are giving for object, don't forget to use tab. Okay, any doubts here? To check this in Visual Code itself, you can do. Just select here, AML. Okay. So any doubts? This is very simple. Just you need to understand it's a key value pair, either list or something like this. Object. This is object and this is list. Got it? Senthil, you asked for this one, right? AML?
Yeah, yes, yes. Yeah, now it's clear.
You want, okay. So this is the AML syntax.
Okay. And this one, after the colon symbol, we need to leave space, only one space we need to leave it, right? After the
Yeah,
colon.
one space. Otherwise, everything will be treated as single
Okay.
word. Just need to give one space. Here, one tab space. Okay.
Okay. And in
Now,
case if you use other editors like VA editor or Vim editor, this tab space we need, do we any limit like that, like only three spaces or four spaces, something we need to define like that?
that is not exactly there. You can just in Windows you can just give tab. There also you can give tab. Just it needs to follow under the same line here. You can give two spaces also is enough, but
Okay.
it should have some space, and everything
Okay.
should follow that underlying that one. Okay. So I think our cluster is ready. You need to copy some configuration also. And let me log in SSH-I. The username is CentOS and then the IP address. You logged in, just go to sudo-su. There will be a etc Kubernetes folder. Here we have something called admin.conf. Okay, we need this config equal to admin.conf. Now you run kubectl get nodes. Okay, our Kubernetes cluster is ready. I need to copy this configuration to my Windows to connect to this cluster from my Windows directly. Okay, but anyhow, for today you will understand the AML syntax and then try to create one cluster. I will give you the full documentation. Okay, and just try to connect like this. Then tomorrow we can
Sure,
practice
bro.
creating the pods, services, everything.
Yeah, sure, bro.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll start
Then
creating process.
yeah. Then see you in tomorrow's session. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Siva.
See you. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.